Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I'm sitting here laughing. I'm looking at myself like, man, I got some bags going on here. I don't know what's going on. I'm sleeping pretty good. I just, I don't know. I don't know. Had a good workout this morning. Things are going great. And Rebecca had her appointment down in Houston yesterday. Everything went well. So we're very grateful that outcome is, what we were hoping for. So that's great. So she'll be back with us here a couple weeks. Her mom was having some surgery today, as a matter of fact. I think she's in there right now. So she's going to stick around the house there in Louisiana for a little bit. And then once her mom's all taken care of, she'll be back up here to join us. So I'm trying to talk her into having a little guest appearance here. But she's busy. She is certainly busy. Okay, here's what we got going on. Finished up yesterday, kind of down between cabins 1 and 3, and that's where I'm at right now. Got my chainsaw with me, and we're going to clean up some stuff here. Let me show you what's going on. Okay, so this right here on the right, this is cabin 1, just to give you an idea of where we are. But here's kind of a smaller pine that I dropped a while back, and also over here to the left, here's another pine that I dropped. And they haven't been limbed yet, so that's what I'm here to do this morning. I'm gonna limb these, trim them up. I also have one that's back down over here. All of these smaller ones were really being taken down because there are some larger ones, like this pine right here. This one's gonna be tricky. That's a pretty tall, I don't know if I can get up there and show you. That's that one there, it goes way up there. So that one, I gotta find a place to put it because I have this here's an oak, that's staying, that there is an oak, that is staying, and then I've got all these little smaller ones in between that are kind of junk trees that I want to get rid of. So, felling these in a manner as to not drop it on cabin 1 is, the primary objective. Just looking down this way, I have a swath between this oak and that oak if I drop it this way, but I don't want to take off a bunch of the limbs off the oak that would be between. So I need to figure something out. We'll see what happens, but first things first, I want to get these limbed up and bucked up so that I can move them relatively easily. This one here is a decent size, maybe 8 inches or so. I might be able to get a 4x4 or something out of that. Well, we'll see. All right, guys, here we go. Well, that was short-lived there. That was relatively easy to knock out pretty quickly. I'd totally forgotten that I brought down this other tree that was, kind of a snag that was certainly dangerous to people walking under it a while back. I know I had a video on that. I actually used the excavator to kind of help pull that down, but I'm going to have to get my big saw out for that and kind of clear that up a little bit. So, okay, so I think right now I'm going to bring the shredder over here. I want to get rid of these limbs. I hate when they just start stacking up on me and it kind of gets out of control rather quickly. So I'm going to clean up all these limbs, shred them out, and then we're going to deal with the trunks, figure out what we want to do with that, and then we're probably going to drop a couple trees today. All right, hang on. Here we go. Okay guys, let me show you where things are at right now. Basically, my back is against cabin 3 right now, and I've got this pine that needs to go, but this old oak is in the way, and that old oak is just decayed. There's nothing on it. You can kind of see it through there. It's just old, it's dead, and I need to drop it. So, and I'm going to lose this pine tree as well. So once I get rid of this, then I can drop this. So I have already been clearing stuff away. You can see down through this area here. Took down quite a few smaller trees. Now that's all in preparation beyond this tree with this one right here. This is a yellow pine that all of that up there, that needs to go. So my plan is, like I said before, I've got an oak here and I've got an oak right here. I'm going to drop it right in between those two, and I'm going to try and save as many of these branches as I can up here. By just not dropping it closer. I want to get it as close to in between those two trees as I possibly can. Okay, so that's on the chop list for today. Also, if we head over here, I'm going to start prepping the area here in front of cabin 1, because this pine is going, this pine is going. I'm also going to take this left side off of here because that is leaning directly towards cabin 1, and I don't like that. So what else we got over here? All these trees, 1, 2, 3 are going. This here is an oak. I'm keeping that. Pine there, all going. It's going to go that way. And then the biggest headache this afternoon is going to be over here. And it's this pine that's right here. Because now this oak, this is staying. So this pine, in fact, I was just over here a little bit ago taking a look to see, because you can see up a little higher in a tree. Let's see if I can get up there. The sky's gonna black it out, but you can see the imperfections here. And then really you get down here at the base, this is just the junk show. I was here a little bit ago pulling some of this stuff out, and it is just dead. Now my problem is that I don't want to drop it in this direction, because it's going to get caught up in all these other pine trees that are over there. So my intention is to try and get it to fall in this direction. But if you look at how the base of this trunk is, that's going to be rather difficult. So again, it's all solid pretty much on this side, but back here on this side, it's just decayed. So the trunk itself basically is held into the ground by the trunk that is live is basically the shape of a C. And the C is not pointed in the direction that I need it to be. So this one will be challenging. And to go along with all that, if we can kind of come up, I don't know if you can see that, but that lane is definitely to the left. So again, that's about 90 degrees off from where I want to go. And yeah, I may have to shoot a wire or a cable up there and pull it down with the four-wheeler. I don't know, we'll figure something out, but we'll leave that one kind of for last a little bit. So I've got multiple trees over here that I want to bring this way. This is, again, this open area. This is where the septic's going to be. So once I clear out some of these smaller ones, some of these larger ones can come this way relatively easily. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, those came down pretty easily. This one here and this one here are next. And then I should be able to step back here behind me and possibly get this one here and this one here. And you can see, I mean, this is cabin 1, so I don't like these sitting here like that, so they're coming down, but I want to drop them in this direction. Obviously over here where this one are sitting. So these here, I'm going to drop this way, this direction, and yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. So this is a point here where I had just marked where I wanted to go in with that back cut, and I come around the back and I see that my right side there is very low. So I made the decision to go ahead and pull the saw out and reestablish that back cut. So that's the portion right there where I start going in. So now I have 2 kerfs on the back of that tree, and it's working in just fine. I'm actually getting ready to grab a wedge and put in there, but I wanted to go a little further on that right side, so I'll work it a little bit further, not much, and then I grab a wedge and it starts to come back at me. I put my hand up like I was going to stop it from falling, but I knew at this point the bar was pinched. There was nothing, I wasn't going to muscle it out. It's a sight I never want to see here. So you can just see by the angle here, I lost it. My back cut was terrible. absolutely atrocious. And it just forced that tree to fall back onto the kerf where the blade was, or where the bar was. So I've got to figure something out here, and I have an idea, but we're going to see if it's going to work. So that's where it sits. I got to pull that. I could send it that direction, but I have to drop this one and then drop this one first, this one second, and then this will follow suit. So it could definitely happen, but let's play around first. Let's see what we can figure out. Well, you ain't just gonna believe this. So, in preparation for dropping some of the other kind of suspect trees that may hit stuff, I bought this from a forestry site, and let me tell you, it uses the poles that I have for my pole saw. All right, it's made by the same company, Jameson, but it's literally just a big slingshot. So I utilized some of my string here, some of my lighter string, and then I threw this, designed to be thrown over branches with that contraption that I just showed you. It's a 14-ounce weight, and I can't believe it went over. I was like, well, I need to get this as high as I can, and lo and behold, I've got it up there. So I use that yellow string to pull up my heavy, I would say heavy duty. It's definitely, I don't know if you can see it on here. Well, there's one of the lines right there. And then the other one's over there, tied to the base, the trunk of that tree over there. So I'm going to back the four-wheeler up. The other one is, yeah, it comes down right through here. It goes on the other side of that other sketchy pine. So I'm going to hook it to the back of the four-wheeler and see what happens. Certainly not the way I wanted that to go, but it eventually got down. I want to watch that back. Well, after that last debacle, I've been ripping and roaring here. I just felled one over on this side here. It's a rather large pine that went up that way. Dropped it pretty nice. I did leave the top of the pine in the oak right up there, so I just got a little too much of it. So I think, depending on how this one goes here, should be, it's got a nice lean to it, and it's plenty clear out in front of it. So we may drop this one and then maybe two more. So I'll set you guys up here and won't believe it. Certainly heard it. I don't know if you guys heard it. Go check this out. Ooh, look at it, it's all shiny. Look at that. I don't know if that's focused or not. Yeah, that's a nail. Blade popped right out of there. couple in front of cabin 1 here I'm gonna drop as well. Should have plenty of room to, I don't think it'll hit those trees on the other side. We'll see. Not bad. I had quite a lean on it. I got, I don't know, even probably about 3 inches of holding wood, and it just pulled it right out. Not a bad cut. All right, let's get this guy out of the way. It is getting darn right dark out here now, and I need to call it a day. I did get these 2 here by cabin 1. They're down. This one here on the left has been bucked up to length and limb down there. This one's been bucked. This one's been bucked up to length up to a certain point, and then there's still some limbing I have to do down there. So that's kind of, that's that. Well, that is where we're going to leave it. All right, everybody, if you stuck around to see all that insanity there with that tree, still, you know, I'm a work in progress, that's for sure. But definitely got to use some new toys with that slingshot. I think that really worked out well. Then that got that lead weight up there into that tree a good bit, and it really wasn't that difficult. So, knock on wood, you know, next time I need to use it, it's going to be just that easy. So I shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. There's no doubt. My back cut, and it's actually, when I look back at it, my face cut was terrible. My wedge was bad. It just, I was in a hurry, and well, that's what happened. So I ended up wasting an hour trying to get that tree to fall in the right direction. So, well, live and we learn. So everything else throughout the day fell just about perfect. So, well, I'm back up here at the shop. Cut off on me when I was talking to you that last little bit. I'm not sure where I left off, but yeah, see, now my emails are coming in. So got a little bit of power back at the phone, so we're going to close this out. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. It's supposed to be a trashy day tomorrow, so I'll probably just end up doing some maintenance type stuff. I'm going to sharpen my chains. That nail hitting that with that chain completely changed its ability to cut effectively, and I really had to kind of fight it through that last little bit. So we'll get that dialed in tomorrow. I have to wrap up these ropes and stuff that I used today. Everything's just all kind of grabbed up and mashed in a coil, so we'll definitely have to fix that. But anyway, that's it. Long day. Got a lot done. I was glad to see how many trees on the ground as I did there at the end of the day. That was great. I was really happy to get that done. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. We'll try and get this wrapped up tonight and out to you tonight or in the morning. All right, guys, take care. See you on the next one.